Aloha, my love. Helena Das here, and I am coming to you today with episode number 2 of Manipura Mondays. Hang on, we got a plane going overhead. I'm out here, by the way, going on a little walk. Oh, actually, it's a helicopter. Check it. I don't know if you can see it in there. Anyway, so message: whenever I hear a plane or a helicopter go by, for me it has this meaning, a dual meaning. One meaning is that it's time to fly, it's time to soar, it's time to MF rise, okay, to the next level. The other meaning is an acronym that I heard a while back from one of my coaches and mentors that stands for I Fly, which stands for I effing love you. So I guess I'm supposed to tell you that. I effing love you. Anyway, I digress. And by the way, these videos are going to be just raw and real, and whatever's going on is going on. It is what it is. This is my backup: nature, source, Gaia, and the medicine of the horse. So today, and by the way, if you did not catch the first video that I dropped and you're not familiar with Manipura and some of the basic background pieces around this solar plexus third energy center, you may want to go back and check that out. I also did a really powerful, a mini but mighty transmission or activation towards the end of that at the very least you might want to allow yourself to receive. So that being said, moving forward, today I want to talk to you actually about the Tibetan Windhorse. And the reason that this is coming to light, the reason that I feel called to share about this, is because when I discovered the Tibetan Windhorse, the symbolism, the prayer flags, maybe you've seen them, years ago in my research, I literally got chills when I learned that the rich symbolism of the Tibetan Windhorse has to do with representing the allegory of the human soul, which to me was just so profound because of my deep and sacred connection with horses. What was even more magical about this connection and revelation, if you will, was the discovery that the Windhorse was said to literally carry the wish-fulfilling jewel on its back, the jewel that helped you carry your prayers to the heavens, and also represented your life force energy, longevity, prosperity, protection, and health and wealth of being, as well as material wealth, all the things, right? And what was so magical for me when I was doing this research and connecting with the Tibetan Windhorse, and by the way, my background is Chindian, half Chinese, half Indian, but in terms of being an old soul and sort of lineage, ancestral influences, I do connect with the Tibetan lineage as well. Old soul and, multiple lifetimes, if you will. Anyway, what was really beautiful is this wish-fulfilling jewel that the Windhorse carries upon his back is actually called mani. Mani, again, is the Sanskrit word for jewel, okay? And I think I might have mentioned in the first video that my middle name is Hemani, and for a chunk of my my earlier years, I guess, since I graduated vet school, so like between my 30s and 40s, and maybe even up till about 5 or 6 years ago, Mani was like a nickname that many of my friends, close friends, used for me. Family and people who knew me from the past still called me Helena. And I won't get into that story why I ended up going back to Helena, sort of back to my roots, if you will. However, Mani, as that nickname for me, And at the time I discovered this, I was still using that nickname a lot. It was so beautiful because for me, that symbolism of riding upon the wind horse. So, the horse in the 5D, right? And allowing myself to be carried and supported by the spirit of the horse was super, super magical. My guides at the time also called me Windhorse Woman, which was really powerful as well. And so I'm bringing this up today because when we talk about Manipura and the solar plexus, the third energy center, we are talking about accessing our core power center, okay? And I mentioned this in the previous video. When we ride, right? Or honestly, any sport, I used to teach aerobics and run and be a fitness trainer. Our core center is where all the power comes from, right? Our balance and our power, right? That force where we are truly connecting with creating and moving the energy for whatever it is that we are doing, whatever activity it is that we are doing, and who we are being in terms of our confidence and our courage and our identity. And so I think this is really important to realize about the Manipura, and I want to invite you to actually, oh my gosh, I'm letting myself be totally okay, sans makeup and the hair's not done, all the things. Anyway, when we can connect with this core power center, right, we are totally stepping into who we came here to be. We are literally, in my perception, understanding, and experience, aligning our will with divine will. And there's this golden trifecta, there's this triple solar activation, if you will, with our solar plexus, with the great central sun and the sun in our solar system. And with the activations that I do and channel, this connection really is amplified, like it gets synced up and it's amplified. And that fire, which the element, the solar plexus, has to do with the fire element and is like our inner sun, is so important because it helps to transmute, right? It helps to transmute the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the resistance. It helps to alchemize any of the shiz that might be going on, right? All that gunk and junk in our trunk into gold. And how does it do that? It does that by taking fearless, courageous action. And that doesn't mean that you're scared when you do it. It doesn't mean that, you don't feel, anxious or nervous or whatever, but you do it anyway. And in doing so and surviving whatever perceived fears that you might have had going on, you're building that courage and that confidence and even that clarity muscle. This area also has to do with our vision and really the clarity. We'll get into the organ systems maybe next time or on a future video, but it is so important, I think, to really understand the depth of this energy center. And again, how when we're working with it, all of the dimensions that we are truly tapping into, plugging into, and ultimately channeling. Like for me, it is a channeling of our light. And so if you're ready to shine bright, I am going to invite you to stay tuned for our next video where we're going to continue this conversation, and I will be giving you tips and tools and practices and things along the way to really start manifesting Manipura magic and miracles in your life. Because I'll leave you with this one last piece. We cannot manifest in the 3D without taking some sort of physical 3D aligned action, right? As much as I would love to just sit and pray and meditate and journal all day, and I do all those things, right? And it is a big part of the work, right? The inner work. But there also needs to be an embodiment. There needs to be movement, right? And some sort of physical 3D aligned action to bring your thoughts into form, to bring the invisible into the visible, the intangible into the tangible. And for me, that is alchemy. That is magic. And that is what the Manipura energy center is all about. So I'm going to wrap things up here. I truly hope that you receive value from today's video. If you have, please like, share, do all the things with the buttons. Let me know your greatest takeaway down below. Let me know if you have questions about the Manipura chakra or anything else that I've chatted about that I can create future content for you. So until next time, I love you. Ciao for now. Namaste.